bear. As we know, the show is centered around the restaurant, The Original Beef. And
Hmm.
basically, we are following the show because Karmie, he is this young chef. He was training at this really exclusive, amazing school to learn about like culinary arts. And his brother passed away. So he has stepped into the picture to, take control of the original beef and take it out of the financial strain and start a new
Hmm.
venture with the support of his other chefs. And then Sydney, she is a fresh eyed, hopeful chef coming into the picture to help him out with, his next plans. And I want to say, like, as soon as Ao stepped on the screen, I recognized her mainly because like I follow her on Twitter,
Hmm.
and as soon as she started talking, I was like, wow, this girl is me for real. This girl is me for
That's
real. She
that
is.
real.
She is absolutely like, not even like, she is so hopeful. Like, she is
Hmm.
so fresh and
Yeah.
she is just so eager. But she's also
Hmm.
smart and she knows what she's doing and she just wants to like show her chops. And I
Hmm.
think she's so amazing. Like, she's so
Yeah.
amazing, and I love her character so much just because like I've been needing a new awkward black girl on my screen, and I
Oh,
got
hell
it.
yeah. Yes. Yes, please.
I got it, and I love her for it. Yeah, I feel like she's my favorite character as well as Tina. I do love
Oh,
Tina's.
Tina.
Yes,
Tina has mom energy.
she does. She does. When she was like, I actually, because a lot of people love the long shots in the bear, but one long shot that I really do love is when Tina is trying to figure out like the mashed potato recipe, and then she's trying to do the
Mhm.
sauce, and she basically burns the sauce. So the
Yeah.
shot follows her, throwing it away, going to the sink, looking
Mhm.
frustrated, and then coming back, and then seeing that Sydney has already prepped another one for her right there. And
Oh, that's love.
I love that because, just before Tina was kind of giving Sydney shit, but Sydney just wants things to be done and done well, and she's
Yeah.
willing to help out. And it's nothing off her back. She's not trying to like one up her or anything. She's like, we're a team. We work together. It's fine. If you drop something, I'm gonna help you pick it up. And that's what I love about the show because it's
Uh,
so tense and chaotic, but it's so
yeah.
tender. You know?
Core of it, yeah. It's about family. Fast and Furious means.
Yes.
But yeah. But like there's so much external stresses about running a restaurant and uh getting so many orders in that you feel like you're overworked, and it's just I think it does just a good job of like representing like the anxiety and like the stress that you feel when you're like in the back of a kitchen. And like I sometimes watch this show with my dad, and like he's retired now, but like he had like ideas of wanting to be a line cook, and like we watched the show together, and like he like goes up to me and says like, I don't want to be a line cook anymore because like I don't want to go through all of that. Yeah, it's just I the way it's shot, like sometimes it's just like one camera moving, no cuts.
Yeah.
Um it's just so good. Like the cinematography, uh the close-ups, like everything about it. Like you feel for these characters, but also like you can't help but like root for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want them, and like it's just a restaurant. This is not like a competition. Like they just want to get orders out. They just want to serve their customers.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
yeah.
I love like the little details in the show. One thing that I enjoy is seeing them drink out of the plastic cups.
Oh
In the show.
yeah, just like those takeout cups that you use for soup.
Yes. I find that so funny because I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so real.
Accurate, accurate. And like
That's so
for
real.
them, for lunch, like they probably make themselves like a PB&J because like they're so tired of like um the food that is presented to them. They're like, I would rather eat like a grilled cheese or something so simple.
Yeah. And I also love how the show kind of like layers their problems. Because I'm thinking about, especially the first episode. I'm not sure if it's the first episode exactly, but I know it's the season one where Karmie he's like chopping up celery. Okay, I'm so sorry. My mom is vacuuming, so if you guys hear that in the background, that's yeah, it's annoying, but it's fine. Just ignore it. Anyways,
Okay.
Karmie is like chopping celery, and you're
Uh-huh.
watching him like talk about how like the knives are dull, and then Richie he comes into the scene and he's talking about like the financial strain in the restaurant. They don't have any money, and he's bringing up
Hmm.
how they didn't have a financial strain until Karmie showed up. And then Sydney comes up from behind, and you can see as you're watching the show. This is the thing I love the most about the show, everybody's coming in and out talking, and they're not even talking over each other. Like, yes they are, but you can quickly
Yeah.
identify what the problems are, and it doesn't feel like some clean
Hmm.
cut like show where everything is so pristine and neat and nice. Like,
Hmm.
you're watching the show and it feels like you're in the kitchen with them. Like, you can
Yeah.
feel the stress, and you can feel the tension,
Yeah.
and you can feel the
Yeah.
chaos of being in the kitchen, and one problem stacking on top of another problem stacking on top of another, and just like
Hmm.
the constant personalities just like clashing with each other in the show. It's so
Yeah.
much fun to me. If you enjoy watching these highlights, subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you know when a new video is uploaded. I enjoy it
It's
so
so
much.
good. Hmm.
I mean, I
Now,
love
did
this.
you finish? Did you finish both? You finished both seasons, right?
Yeah, I watched both seasons.
Okay. Season two is what I remember more than season one.
Hmm.
Uh, just because it's recent. So, uh,
No, I get that. I get that. Yeah.
yeah. So like, let me know when we're ready to dive into season two.
Yeah. I enjoy season two, and I have to say I'm very happy with how it turned out, because I think
Hmm.
season one is the perfect freshman season. It's one of those seasons you watch and you're like, this is the groundwork to something that
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
love. And I love it so much just because you can see like the amount of care and effort they put into the show. And there's like little details you pick up on, like the scene where I just mentioned earlier, where Karmi he's chopping the celery. When he holds up the knife, it's like a
Hmm.
split second, but you can see that there's actually celery on the corner of the knife, which means he's actually cutting these vegetables. And that's what I
Hmm.
like. I like seeing that
Yeah.
these actors are actually making the food on the show. I enjoy that so
Hmm.
much. And I think that
Hmm.
really like elevates the show. And I so enjoyed it because
Hmm.
really um season one is just revealing a lot of things to you. The restaurant needs to survive. Like, they're hoping for a new future under Carmi's
Hmm.
leadership, and he is this talented young chef. And of course, it's like there's this new guy. He's shaking things up. He's trying to do things differently. And
Hmm.
there are the young people in the kitchen that are like, yeah, let's try something different. Let's try something new. And, you can see the older people who are a little bit like stuck in their ways and don't really want to change things too much. And I,
Hmm.
of course, you would expect like some tension, right,
Yeah.
in the show. But the one thing that I love is how, even though there's tension, they're still a family. Like, they still come
Yeah.
together and they still want to make the restaurant a better place, because it's a staple in the neighborhood. It's somewhere where people love to eat. They love working there. They
Hmm.
love cooking there. And I was, I'm not gonna lie, like, season one, I didn't see like the Karmi and Sydney like connection. And
Yeah.
in season two, I still don't see it. I don't know where everyone's getting this from, because I feel like in season two, Sydney is actually annoyed with Carmi more than she is actually like interested in him. And I would be too, because how are you going to go so hard for this restaurant in the beginning? And then you get a girlfriend, and suddenly we're just,
Yeah.
what happened? What's up? What's going on?
What's
Like,
up?
well, explain it to
I,
me.
I felt I felt some chemistry between them, but also not really. Like they were pushing the boundary a little bit between like coworker and friend to
Mm-hmm.
maybe this will be something more than that, but like they were really like up at the top. Like they were ready to like push that boundary away, and then be more. But then, like, obviously, Karmie's storyline was, I saw my childhood friend who also happens to be a girl, and I'm starting to fall for her again.
Oh
So,
gosh.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it felt kind of out of place a little bit.
Hmm.
Uh,
I do want to
and
talk about.
ultimately, go
I
ahead.
I do want to talk about season one just like a little bit. I just wanted to like bring that up
Sure,
because
sure.
I feel like that's something that people really focused on in season two, but I really just think that was just projecting on the fans'
Yeah,
part. You know,
yeah, yeah.
like all my love to y'all. I think. I mean, obviously, I'm a fan of the show as well, but sometimes the fans make decisions and they kind of like you know,
Hmm.
make these assumptions and, y'all keep
Hmm.
talking about the same thing over and over again. And I don't know how else to tell you that you're wrong. Like I don't see what everyone else sees. There must be something wrong with me, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I pretend I do not see
Yeah.
it.
Let's see. Okay, season 1. Um I I'm not gonna lie, I love the running theme with Jeremy Allen White, where he is like this kid from like
Hmm.
the bad part of Chicago, and he
Hmm.
leaves town. Like he is,
Hmm.
he's the kid in the family where it's like you're one of the good ones. Like you're gonna get out of
Hmm.
here. You're gonna make something
Yeah.
of yourself. You're gonna prove
Hmm.
yourself. You're better than me. You're smart. You got this. And then buckles under the pressure of everybody rooting for him and then has to come
Hmm.
back home, which there's no shame in it. It happens. That's
Yeah.
life. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and he did make it. He ended up being a Michelin star chef.
Yeah, I think he won the James Beard Award. And
Okay.
then he came back home to Chicagoland. Uh
Hmm.
I
Oh,
also
my hometown.
I also love that what was his name? Oh my gosh, Joel McHale played his boss because it's like
Yeah.
it's so I don't know how to say this. It's such an opposite kind of role you would expect for him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. He does seem like playing like mean guys for some reason.
he usually plays like douchebags, but they're like funny
Yeah.
douchebags.
But now he's like a mean
No, he's like
douchebag.
a terrible guy. Like he's
Yeah.
he's horrible. He's like verbally abusing him for real.
Hmm.
Yeah. But watching season 1, I love it because you just see all the bad things happening one after the other. Like first of all,
Hmm.
the health inspector comes and they give the restaurant a C rating just because of how like poorly it's managed. And
Hmm.
then they figure out that there's a loan they have to pay out to their uncle.
Hmm.
And then, Karmi, he has to deal with his own stuff. Like, he goes to a meeting and he's trying to better understand his brother's struggles with addiction. And I think in the
Hmm.
third season, I think in the third episode, season 1, Molly Ringwald makes a cameo.
I think so. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
It's like a really quick cameo, but going back to season 1, I realized how many, like, kind of like pretty iconic actors are in the show just like off the
Hmm.
jump. Like you got Joel McHale from Community fame, like one of the best shows ever. You have Molly Ringwald. Like, hello?
Hmm.
How'd you get that?
Hello?
How'd you
I
get
don't
her in the show?
know. FX be having money.
I mean, they got money for real. They do.
They got money. Pay
Yes.
your actors.
Pay your actors, pay your writers. Fair compensation is what they deserve.
Please. Anyway.
And I also loved the episode with the kids party. I thought
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that was teetering on. Ooh, is this bad? Like, is this like bad?
Were they did he they accidentally slip like what, like
Van
drugs?
Xanax, yeah,
Xanax
yes,
in like the punch, and then the
yes.
kids were all asleep.
The
And
kids
then
were out.
they and then wasn't it like Cicero or like one of the dads, like they were like, oh, okay, well, at least they're quiet.
Yeah, I
I
honestly,
thought that was a fun
it was
episode.
fun. It was so fun and so funny too. Gosh, I enjoyed that. Okay, and then they're trying to make a new diner menu after that. And then the toilet backs up. There's always one thing after another. There's always
Yeah,
like, yes,
it's
there's
like it's never like there's never a moment of calm. Like there's never a moment of like,
there's always
oh, we
something
got all of
else.
this done. There's always something else. Yeah, and
Since you're at the end of the video, don't forget to like the video and leave a comment down below. If you want early access to these highlights, join our Patreon. Patrons have access to our entire archive, including full-length videos. Patrons also have the opportunity to choose a topic for our podcast, and they get the opportunity to be a guest. Join now.